everybody, and welcome to this thrilling edition of Round 6. We haven't been on in a while. This is our first show, 2025. So we want to say a belated Happy New Year to everybody. And talk about a big fight, huge fight between two beltweight fighters. We have a Baltimore beltweight fighter in Gervonta Tank Davis, and we have a DC Metropolitan fighter in Lamont the Reaper Roach Jr. And they're going to be getting it on at Barclays for Tank's title at 135. We got Lamont moving up from 130, where he's a champion, to take on Tank. So for us on round 6 to delve into this, I reach out to my main man, Gary Digital Williams. Gary, how are you?
I'm doing well, Colton. Good to be with you again.
Always good to be with you. And I want to say congratulations to Gary, because Gary was just inducted in the Hall of Fame at Coppin State University. And so we want to give you all your props and flowers on that. After 31 years of service there, congratulations, man.
Appreciate that. Thanks so much. Big honor. I'm really honored by it.
This question has been popping up the last couple of weeks. Is Gervonta the face of boxing?
The greatness was there for Gervonta pretty much from an amateur situation, and I really think he is definitely one of the faces of boxing. Definitely one of the marquee names in the sport right now. So I would definitely agree with. I would definitely think that.
So I'm going to ask you this: when he takes on somebody like Lamont Roach Jr., do you think this is a no-win situation for Tank? Because the first thing people are going to say is, well, why is he fighting Lamont Roach Jr.? Why isn't he fighting somebody else? So it's kind of damned if he does, damned if he don't. He's not going to get the credit. If he blows Lamont out or knocks him out, people are going to be like, that's what he's supposed to do. If you would struggle with Lamont for any reason, there would be some shine taken off of him. What do you think about that?
I don't think so, only because Lamont himself is a champion. If Lamont was just a contender or someone fighting, that I would say he has a no-lose situation for a no-win situation for Tank. I don't think so in this case. I think because Roach is a champion, Roach has learned from his first championship try against Jamel Herring and lost that. He's learned so much from that he went on to win a championship. So I definitely believe Lamont Roach deserves to be in that situation with Tank. Tank is definitely the marquee fighter, and Lamont is he even called it himself, he's the villain in the situation. I'm not exactly sure I agree with it, but he said that. Having said that, though, I think that Lamont deserves to be a part of it, and I definitely believe this is a fight between two champions. Simple as that.
You have to agree, Gary, that Lamont's got a tall hill to climb. I mean, Gervonta is just, man, he's really that guy. He really,
oh yeah,
and brings is just not the power either. I think a lot of people really sleep on Tank's boxing IQ and how much he knows in the ring and how he executes his game plan. And some people may say that, he just kind of stalks people. He picks his shots and then he goes after them. But I think it's way more than that. I think he actually, studies his opponent in the ring, figures out his weakness. And here's the thing about Tank too, Gary. If you hit Tank with your best shot and it doesn't do anything to him, you in for a long night.
My biggest concern as far as this fight's concerned is how in the world is Lamont Roach going to keep Tank off of him? And I'm not sure if Lamont knows enough to do that. I think he's a very smart fighter, but that's going to be a different ball game. He's going to have to try to learn how to get Tank off of him, and I'm not sure in this particular case he can do that.
But yeah, look, Lamont's got foot speed. Lamont's got hand speed. He's got boxing IQ. But it's going to take a lot, isn't it, Gary, for him to kind of figure out how he can frustrate Tank, or figure out how he might be able to get Tank into the deeper waters of the fight. I think that's going to be like maybe the only shot that he has is to make the fight longer.
He's going to have to outlast Tank on this one. He's going to have to outlast Davis. And I don't know if he can do it, but I think, as you say, I think he does have the the intelligence to do it, to try to get that jump done as far as a game plan is concerned, is to try to outlast Tank in the bout.
I'll ask you, Gary. Give me your prediction. Tell me how you think that this fight's going to go.
Again, I really think that Lamont's going to have a tough time keeping Tank off of him, and therefore I'm going by Tank by late round TKO. I really do. I think it's going to be a very tough fight for Lamont. Um, you know, Tank's on a different level, and I am curious to see how the Tank under Barry Hunter will differ in any way from the Tank under Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis. I'm interested to see what's going to happen there. And if Tank is basically the same, if not even better, under Barry Hunter, I think he'll have very little problem with Tank going into with Lamont going into the middle of the late rounds. So I'm going with Tank by TKO.
I like to see Lamont, take Tank and really test him and see if he can break him down. But I'm like you, Gary. It's hard to beat Tank. It really is, man. Your skill set has to be such. You have to have a work rate. You have to punch and punch and punch and punch and punch and box and box and box and box and move and move and move and move for 12 rounds. Not for 2 rounds and take 2 rounds off. You got to.
Lamont cannot take a round off in this fight.
He can't.
Definitely not.
He can't. So,
definitely not.
You think about kind of how that pressurizes the situation. It's going to make him tough. I agree. I think Lamont does put on a pretty good performance, but at the end, I think Tank is just a little bit too much for him. That's going to do it for this edition of Round 6. I want to thank you for watching. We're back on the scene, and we'll definitely break down Tank and Roach and all the other results that we have, and then talk about some other guys out there that have really started off 25 on a hot streak. So, like I said, we appreciate you guys watching Round 6. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe to the channel, and we're going to put out some more content in 2025, and we will see you guys later.